Welcome back, welcome back. So we're gonna tie a foam cicada. Um, I've had an idea running in my head, and so this will be the first time trying that idea. I'll explain a little bit more about that later. I want to give an update on the hollow body frog. So we tied this hollow body frog last time, and the edges were bulging out a bit. And so I don't know why. I do burn a lot of my foam bugs, and I didn't burn this one. So I'm just gonna heat up those edges and kind of smooth them out a bit and see how it looks, and then work them down. We'll do it to the other side. Work them down. You'd want to do this before you added the eyes, but it does tone it down a bit if you didn't like those hard edges poking up. It alters the color of the foam. I think you could do like a cool kind of burned spots on it. We're not going to get that heavy, but that's just an update on the hollow body. And then I was looking at the pucker lips popper that we did last time, and I was thinking about adding legs. You could add legs really easily, but you would want to make short incision here, short incision here, and then you could lay the legs in, and then when you glue on the top piece, you could work those legs out, but you would have little lines, and I think in that case you would want to clear coat it. So that's just an update on this pucker lips pattern. Now back to our cicada. So three is going to be 3 foam design. What makes this one different than the ones I've done in the past, we're going to spiral wrap it, but we're going to try to incorporate black and then red. Orange. The orange is quite thin, and as I tie in the orange, I'm going to try to twist it to give it a little bit more texture, and we'll see how that looks. So first we'll start shaping the body. We're going to tie it on a fairly small hook. I think it's about a size 6. It's a little hook, and I want it small because I'm going to use it as a terrestrial for a fish called the numbulge. The numbulge in Korean is translated to red-eyed fish. It's a warm water fish. It gets pretty big. It eats insects off the surface, and it eats, but it's very shy, like a carp. So it's kind of a mixture between bass fishing and carp fishing. They tend to hang out at the surface, so you can sight cast it, but they spook pretty easily. So we'll shape this first 4-piece, knocking off the edges, and then we will skewer it, and we'll heat it up to soften it out. That's good. And then let that cool down, and then we will start rolling it a bit. Oh yeah, that looks nice. So you can see just the shape is a little bit more natural. Abdomen shape. That'd be good for a grasshopper body too. And then it hardens up, and then we'll make a small incision here, and that's how we'll place it on our hook. Let's get our hook in the vise. lay down a base of thread. And I think we want to, how do we want, yeah, I think we want to tie in our strips first. Let's do a tie-in point for the black. Take it down a little bit. Tie it on. The orange is already quite thin, so we'll tie that also on. Tying it on top as to not create too much bulk on the bottom, covering that hook point. All right, there we go. Now, let's take a look here. I don't know if we're going to even be able to spiral wrap this foam. The hook is so small. I think for a larger pattern, in my head, the hook size was going to be larger. So I'm going to take out the black. And then we'll just go with the body piece in the orange strip. And hopefully, the orange isn't poking up too much. Because I don't think that'll be a good look. So we'll do just the orange, then we'll do the body piece. We'll wrap. I guess I could color the bottom with a marker. Maybe we'll end up doing that. All right, so let's make incision on the body piece, right down the middle. Halfway through, open it up a bit. That doesn't show up very well. Then we'll glue that on, advance the thread. The popular color combinations are black and orange. Here's a fun fact. I've never actually caught a fish on a cicada pattern before. I've seen them, I've heard them. I've never caught a fish on a cicada pattern. So a lot of glue on this piece, so we'll have to be careful. Let's go ahead and set and press. It's in there well. All right, and my plan was to spiral wrap this, but we're not going to get that many wraps. See, I don't like that look where it's all corded up like that. I could do the thread as the rib, but I also don't like that look. I think instead of spiral wrapping, it's just going to have a lot. Oh, there it goes. Too much tension. Yeah. All right. This is funny. Okay. So now the only way to recover this is going to be to come back with the thread. The reason I didn't want to do the thread is because it's a little bit thin. Oops, I lost it. We're just going to have to go for it now. We'll start tying on the butt, and then we'll just have to give it lots of wraps. And then we'll have to tie off each section. Which isn't the end of the world. A little bit time consuming. Oh man, we're messing up big time. Let's pull that tight. There we go. And we'll put a drop of glue to secure it. Maybe that's going to be the fastest way, actually. Just drop a glue every wrap. Don't even worry about whip finishing. Just a drop of glue, have the glue securing the thread. Let's do another stripe. That's good. Give it a trim. Roll it, and then drop a glue. Wrap a couple more times. This is quite janky. And let it set. Then we'll do, I think we can get 3 stripes. This will be like Adidas cicada, 3-stripe cicada. Trim. While the glue sets, we can trim these tags closer. Then we'll do another stripe. Trim our ends. Set our glue. And wrap 2 more times. And we'll give it a trim, purposely long, but we'll come back and we'll clean that up. Honestly, that's not going to provide so much floatability, if that's a word. It's not a lot of fun. But if we build the head, deer hair head, keep 2-3 bunches of hair, it'll flow. And that's what we're gonna have to do. For the wing material, we're gonna have to use something synthetic just to keep it light. So we'll do like a poly yarn for the wing. Go ahead and do that now. Add the wing. Okay. How dark? We'll do this kind of light gray. Cut off a section of yarn. Have it. When you're using the yarn, you always want to pick it out for every bug you do. Don't just tie the yarn in, hope for the best. You have to pick it out or it looks horrendous. Pick out our yarn. It'd be nice to add a little flash in the wing. But yeah, the wing's gonna sit like this. We could do the wing like this. I don't know. Let's add a little flash. You go olive. A little iced up olive. That might look nice. something you don't see every day. So we'll incorporate a little bit of olive eye stub in the wing. Not too much. That's good distribution. Pick out the excess. Restart our thread. Restart the thread. Okay. You want that wing just rolling over the back like that. Even if you could add, like, put it like a light thing of glue down and kind of glued the wing down, I think that would also be good. But we'll trim it slightly longer than the body. Yeah, that'd be good. All right, gotta catch that. Yeah. I think trying to separate it a little bit might be too ambitious. If we spread the wing out like that, it might be too ambitious. So we'll just keep it on the back. All right, let's get some hair. Ooh, the moose is way too long for this. We'll just go belly hair. Yeah, we'll just go belly hair. We'll do deer belly hair. We'll try to build it up. Because again, I'm worried about this floating. It's not going to float very well. So let's do our first bunch of hair. It's a big bunch for this size fly. But I think we can get 2 bunches in. Let's pick out the shorts. And then let's stack it. Where's my... So I've been using this just plastic tube to stack my hair. I can't be bothered with actually using a proper hair stacker. I just knock it on my palm a couple times, and then I get a nice stack of hair. Some more shorts in there. Knock those off, and then I'm gonna trim these butts just so it's a little bit easier to work with. Okay. Let's go ahead, see how long that collar is gonna be. That's good. Before I tie in my hair, I like to have a little bit of spin in the cord so it's not lying flat. So I like to spin the thread a little bit, and then we'll do 1 wrap, tighten down a little, 2 wraps, tighten down, and 3 wraps. That's good. Yeah, that collar's gonna knock that wing down, which is great. And then we're gonna flip her, and we'll do a bunch of hair on the bottom. Let's clean up the hair. A toothbrush works well cleaning up the hair. going to measure. We should stack it. Let's not be lazy. Stack, 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 stack. And I'll tie it in. One tight, holding the hair, not letting it spin. Two tighter. And three. That's good. All right. We need to find we got to pack this. So get a good grip on her. Pack her down. The foam condenses, so it's moving. And it'll advance the thread. Pack it again. I'm going to do one last clump and then I'm going to spin it. Small clump just to finish her off. Spun. There we can get, oh, buddy. See if we can get it. There it is. Just spin it. Yeah. Find that hook eye. Advance the thread. And now we're gonna build the head. Try not to trap the hairs. You're gonna trap the hairs. For this head, I'm not gonna whip finish. I'm just gonna glue. So I'll get some glue. I'll run it on my thread. And then I'm gonna slowly wrap that around the hair. Try not to get any glue too much on the hairs. Which we did, that's okay. The wing is looking like it's the best part. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. But thankfully we wrapped it well. All right, let's trim it out. Not cutting the wing, trimming this head is going to be a mission. Just fluff it up, see what we're working with here. And razor time. Blade. I use a new blade for this. And we'll take it out. So this is a really small hook and a lot of hair on a really small hook. But we had to do it because we didn't add all the foam that we thought we were going to add. So we had to increase the buoyancy by adding more hair. We'll start with the bottom. It's the easiest. Oh, we should think about what shape we want the head. So I think following the body shape, the head should follow the body shape, maybe slightly bigger, and then almost Um, yeah, a little bit flatter on the top, flatter on the bottom. And less angled on the side. Yeah, we'll try to make it wider. We'll make it wider than the foam body. All right. Take it down. I don't care how many of the collar hairs we have on the bottom, but on the top I do care. But we'll still work slow. And then we'll do the top. Oh, we took out way too much on the top. What the heck? And now we'll do the sides. I'm angling up. No, I'm using the corner of the blade, and I'm angling down. Angling down. Angling up. All right. Yeah, it's got a bald spot on the top, which is a bit ridiculous. Not very pretty. I think that's enough for the razor blade. Let's finish her off with the scissors. Cleaning up the sides. Taking down the bottom. And I think that's about it. Take down the bottom a little bit more. Now we'll trim down our wing slightly longer than the body. Try to give it a little edge. A little edge. This side's a little bit wider than the other side. It's like a short, fat cicada. All right, there it is. We're done. We're done. Where's the hackle pliers? So that's what we were left with. You can see the spot on the top where I just completely chopped off the collar, which is fine. This is for my box. But it's what I wanted, a small black insect that I can throw as a dry. The takes happen on the land, sometimes a little bit of retrieve, but almost always you have to cast accurately. Fly hits the water, fish comes, takes the fly. And this will be good. It'll land well. All foam tends to land heavy, but this one will land well. I'll do this again in a bigger pattern. There's a Japanese style cicada that has a spiral wrapped body and a deer hair head. But this fly, the hook was too small to spiral wrap the foam. And so we were going to do tension wrap the foam, but it was too thin, it broke. and then we ended up thread wrapping the foam. So the body is thread wrapped foam, 4 mil piece, one piece of foam, and then we have our poly wing and our deer hair head with a missing top collar. So that's our little cicada pattern. You see the bottom. Oops, dropped her. That'll have to be it. All right, thank you for watching.